Team Random
Random
5.
5.
I'm gonna go ahead get us switched
I
over.
did see the model card on Isis. She is sexy. She kind of looks like a Jennifer Lopez, if you will. She has the heaps of Jennifer Lopez. So I dig that. You know what I mean? Just saying. Putting that out
Heaps, you
there.
said?
The
She has
heaps.
heaps of
The Jennifer
Jennifer
Lopez
Lopez.
heaps. Of course, this is brought to you by smyfire.com, mobifire.com, and the letter Z. Z is for Zeus, who is just a total dick.
Yeah, he is. So, first ban coming out from Curse, as they had the higher seat. We see a Sobek ban. It's an
Boom.
understandable ban. This next ban, I can't tell if it's a troll ban or not, but Holly, they clearly didn't want Best getting his hands on her again and feeding them and making it an easy match for him.
Hmm.
Next ban, I'm a little interested as to where it came from. It might be a respect ban. We saw a Freya ban coming out. Um, Following that up
Well,
from,
she's super strong. You know what
she
I
is
mean? Like,
strong.
she's
There
just
is
one of
no
those
doubt.
gods now.
She is one of those gods now. She never was, but
Well,
she
she
is now.
has been for some time now, but I'm saying, like, not 3 months ago, you would have been like, Freya? Pfft, no. No, no. That's silly.
Yeah,
Freya.
exactly.
Oh, man.
Oh, don't
You
die on
bad.
me.
You bad. That's what it would have
Next,
been.
we saw Bacchus being banned out. Solid ban,
Oh,
no
yeah.
doubt there.
Oh, yeah.
I'm excited by this first pickup. I know who's going to be running it. I'm gonna go ahead, type his name in, just because I know who it will be played by. We saw Apollo being picked up as their first pick. He's gonna be played by KO. I have been watching KO playing Apollo all week, and what that man does with Apollo is scary. It's like a pianist playing at a very large concert of some sort. And it's mind
Sneaky.
blowing.
Sneaky. Why are you so sneaky?
First pickup we see coming out for Team Random 5, first and second picks. We saw an interesting pickup, Ymir and Thor. I
Yeah. Thor,
Nothing
man. You know what I mean?
surprising. The Blink Ymir, Thor
Oh,
being
yeah.
banned out the entirety of last weekend.
Well,
I mean,
and a lot of teams have realized now just how to start playing Thor. Like some teams knew, but a lot like they're figuring out like the best way to play Thor, and it's scary how much damage that boy can do. You know what I mean?
it
Like to be
is.
honest.
It is. It's strong to say the least. Next pickups we saw. I'm excited to see where this goes. We saw
I mean, he
Hebo
is
and
a
Odin
ginger,
being
so
picked up. Um,
it's
I'm putting my money on Best playing Hebo as Hebo is his favorite god.
yeah. Oh yeah, come on, Hebo and the best. I mean, we actually are gonna be talking about that tonight on Into the Fountain, which premieres 30 minutes after this tournament, of course. And by premieres, I mean episode 4. You should check it out. Seriously.
Next two pickups we saw coming out from Team Random 5. Hades and On Her. Hades being the viable response to Odin, I would say that. And
Oh yeah.
maybe Poseidon as another very viable answer to him.
Wow, that's kind of weird. Mace going support?
Yeah, that was a change up from the weekend, which
I mean, it kind of the brother support. You know what I mean? Shadow Q is definitely right there, able to
yeah,
really teach Mace, the way, to properly carry someone on your back. So,
they spend a lot of time together. I mean, they're brothers. It's expected. The interesting one though, Hercules being tossed into the mix this week. I'm excited. It's been a while since we've seen him, even after how much they buffed him up. It's a refreshing thing to see tossed in again. Final pickup we see coming out is, in fact, Poseidon, the other strong response to an Odin pickup. So I'm looking forward to this match. The both teams have very strong comps.
yeah, they do. Yeah, they
It's
do.
going to be an exciting matchup for these two teams, especially like just how these two teams have changed around so much. I mean, we've really seen Team Random 5 making a name for themselves these past few weeks as Curse and Root had their change ups,
Mm-hmm.
which has been surprising to say the least. But
Oh, this is going to be exciting. I am. So I mean, what were we going to see? Guan and Apollo, I suppose. 'Cause, I mean, Odin and Herc just sound like too beautiful to go together. You know what I mean? I mean, who doesn't love Ring the Rock around the posy in the rage cage? You know,
Yeah, exactly.
you run in circles, I throw boulder in circles. Look, you know, I mean, that's what else can you do? I mean, Poseidon though, I'm gonna be interested to see what Team Random Five is gonna come out of this. I mean, I know AG Trolley Poly, he's strong. I've seen him. He good. You know what I mean? Like that's they've got some, you know, ex Lantris. He is always in the scrim chat looking for scrims. So I know they are constantly trying to better their team, the synergy that they have together. And I know that they scrim, you know, really big teams a lot.
Yeah, they've been in there trying to pick up matches lately, which has been exciting to watch, and it's always refreshing to see these teams really trying to improve themselves. As far as the lane comps go, I know we're gonna see Shadow Q zero guards left, Hebo on the best mid, so Odin and Hercules left, Hebo mid, Apollo Guan Yu right. So the big question is, how is Mace on supports? I mean, they've been changing up a lot of their lane comps for the better portion of this week, so it's interesting to see where this one goes. Now, as far as Team Random 5, I'm putting my money on Poseidon mid. There's really not much of a question there. I mean, Hades mid, but then they're out of tank unless Thor's tanking, which doesn't add up. Um, so are we going to see Hades with Thor or on her, do you think? I think we're
I'd
going to
like to
see
see
Hades.
Thor. I'd like to see Thor only because a dunk into a Hades ult.
Is always fun to watch. Yeah, I was thinking that, and it coincides well to have on her and Ymir. And we are going to go ahead get into this game in just a moment. The players are now loading
Frizz
in.
knows what's up. Frizz knows what's up. Our viewers know what's up. They learn. They learn. They know.
They read our minds. It's
They
okay.
read our minds. The
Just like
hero.
all the other teams.
Oh,
Getting into this game, just getting everything updated,
Shadow
switched
Q.
over as
What?
everyone loads in.
He's the only one without a skin. That scrub.
Actually, I have discussed this one with Shadow Q a numerous amount of times. He dislikes the skins for Guan Yu. The red and white one stands out too much in the jungle,
Bubble
and
boy.
the Guan Fu has a trail that flows behind him, and it makes it very easy to find them in the jungle. And that is one thing some of these
Yeah.
competitive teams look at. I mean, Hercules, no visual effects that really flow off of him.
At all. Yeah.
Odin, they won't wear the
Mountain Man. Oh, I know the glowing.
Mountain Man because of
But
the
the other
glow.
one, the recolor isn't bad.
Recolor's nice. I actually like the recolor.
He looks a lot more Irish.
Apollo,
Like that.
I think the darker skin's actually better as far as the concept of being sneaky is concerned. Guan Yu, he's got a very showboaty kit, so it's a matter of being as unshowboaty as possible, and I think the green,
Showboaty.
I think the green
What are we on
blends
a cruise
nicely.
ship and you're
A little bit,
entertaining?
a little bit.
Okay, folks, coming up now, Guan Yu.
Taking a look at that new Ymir skin. You can receive it by getting to level 30 in the beta.
And I know
Let's see.
some people are getting pretty
Charges
close.
out to lane.
Az is getting pretty close to that level 30, so good luck to you. Get that Kako Demon skin. You know, what's going to be sad is when players, like when this game does release and like some players get really into it, be like, man, I really want that skin, man. And they're not going to be able to get it.
Ever. And
They'll
it'll be like,
yeah,
we were
yeah,
there
you can see my
first.
butt and eyes on my back. What?
Shablam.
So Guan Yu kind of up a little bit, looking to see if anything's going on. We are seeing that pretty standard, you know, 3 at red.
That has become the meta these days.
It has, for at least the last 3 weeks, that has been the meta. If not, maybe 4, but I could say for certain 3.
Yes, no doubt. Now, the interesting thing is where these teams go to look. I mean, we've got 2 guys chilling out, same spot, looking, kind of peeking this corner if I had to guess. Just barely looking through just to see if anyone's coming. And then they went straight into red. Whereas we saw Curse fully protecting this, and they have 3 different areas of vision covered.
So the problem with only having 720p is that we are not partnered. So now, once we become partnered, you know, then we will have further options for your viewing pleasure. I know that the bitrate is set at a standard to where a lot of people could see it. We haven't really had issues, to be honest. So I'm thinking it might be something on stream today on
I
Twitch.
did say those
And
Twitch servers were going to crash at one point today. As far as the bitrate's concerned, I keep it low. I have a really stable internet connection, so I keep it low enough that anyone with a DSL connection can watch, or anyone with a DSL connection over the price of like $20.
I'm gonna watch this Apollo lane because I think this is gonna go off. I mean, on her Guan versus, you know what I mean, Ymir and I mean not on her Apollo Guanker versus on her and Ymir. I
They're
think
both
that's
very, very strong comps. The one
yeah.
that I'm most interested in is really this Poseidon Hebo lane. Is Hebo's finally been buffed up enough to a point where these competitive teams are starting to run him? I mean, I know we've seen Best playing him for ages, but he hasn't been in the competitive matches as much, and it's exciting to see Hebo finally making his way in. I think it was the skin.
Over in the right lane. Honor trying to jump onto Apollo, did miss his impale, and Apollo will use the moves to get out of that. So just kind of going a little bit back forward, a little bit poking. Ymir's able to get a freeze and his number 3 off as well, or his 2, I apologize. So when he's gonna dash out of that, man, I gotta get. Been having too much
Gotta
fun,
go
man. I gotta
in.
get in Smite. I gotta get in Smite Town right now. Population
So
me.
Poseidon mid now, mostly out of mana, about half health. Hebo a little over half health, and I would say about half mana at the moment. Regenning that up pretty quickly. Will miss his spout, did land the hand cannon though, and that's going to put the pressure onto Poseidon. He's doing a great job of poking, and it could be one solid combo of his skills to pick up this kill. Poseidon bringing him very low, and we do see the best drawing first blood with his Hebro skin in mid. Really effective play, poked him down just enough with those hand cannons to secure that kill.
Over on the left side, Shadow Q's Odin's going to be jumping out of a little bit of a mess. They're going to back off into the comfort of their own new creep wave here as Thor and Hades doing some work. Odin's sitting at about 50%. He did pop a health pot there, so it's going to bring him up a little bit as well. And that on the red side, Metal Tower going to be taking damage from that creep wave. So Hebro did back as well after that kill. Really, really good timing. That 1 and 3 just so strong. And if he picks up beats and maxes that out later on, whoo, 1, 3, 1,
1 3 1 3
3.
1 3 1 3 1 3. Wash, rinse, repeat.
Exactly. You can't get out of it. It's it's gonna be bad. It's gonna be bad.
Ymir will miss his freeze, tried to land it onto the Guan Yu, was not able to do so successfully. And they did hit level 5, both of them, so they do have a small advantage over the Curse right lane. Curse now hitting 5, looking to recall. And as the Anhur and Ymir recall out of lane, they're going to go ahead and start pushing this up before they recall, so that way there's no chance of their tower taking damage as they return.
Oh yeah, I mean, other than that, build-wise, I'm liking everything. You know what I mean? Everything seems pretty standard. That hog and blink on Odin, so sexy, so standard now. It's just too sexy. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's another mechanic to the tanks that really makes them mean. So it looks like
yeah.
we've got this Thor looking to really get a gank out here, but will
And
he be
Ymir as
able to
well.
do so quickly? Yeah, these guys are lining up. I'm sure Best knows they're missing, so the fact that he's as far up as he is almost surprising. We do see
Has to
Thor
see
go up
that.
into the air. He will land onto the Hebo, freeze from the Poseidon into the Kraken, and that will be like butter. Poseidon picking up that kill on Hebo. Very
He
quick
needed it.
gank. The teams were unable to even respond fast enough. They're going to start looking for these buffs as these timers are hitting the point where they respawn now. But so quick that nothing could even be done. And we will see Poseidon and Ymir going over to grab this red buff.
Deez can be trusted. He is. Think of him as part of me. I've used his air app and it does work very nicely.
I can vouch for it. It is pretty straightforward. It's
Yeah,
clean.
there's nothing crazy in it.
I noticed maybe one bug that made me QQ a little, but it was the small visual things that get to me that it's just like, oh no.
Which I'll help him with.
Yes.
I'll help him reskin it one day. Give it that smitey look. So Ymir gonna hold down middle here for a little bit. 1-to-1. I mean, that 3-man gank mid really helped him bring the goal back to, even perfectly. You know what I mean? It's just what needed to happen. Help Poseidon just kind of stay with the best, stay with that level farm. You know, he is about 300 down, so it's not impossible, but you're playing against the best mid, and he's his favorite guy. You know what I mean? So it's going to be pretty tough to stay up with the Apollo. Doing some work on this Hunter. Thor is going to go up, going to come down onto Apollo. The stun is one from the Tonic Rift. Guan Yu is going to pick up that on her, and it looks like Thor will pick up Apollo. Guan Yu going to be rotating out as Poseidon is rotating over. The Whirlpool is going to catch him there. He's kind of caught a little bit here. The Water Sling's going to and the Kraken, he will dash back there, only taking 122. The double proc on the Hammer will Aegis and spin to win. Will it be enough? It will be enough, and that makes it 2-3 in favor of Team Random 5, but the tower will take down Thor there. Not, you know, it stinks to see that, but at the same time, Guan Yu didn't pick up that kill on Thor, so not too shabby.
Definitely what they wanted. It got an extra assist into that Guan Yu's hands. However, they needed the extra kill, and I think that was the right thing for the Thor there. He made a very strategic play. He took no damage, and he managed to secure the kill.
Apollo going to come back in the lane as Ymir and Poseidon are going to back off this. You know, level-wise, we're still seeing people kind of even for the most part. I mean, you know, 4-7s, 1-8, Hebrew being 9 mid, you know, hardcore mid. So, of course, he's going to have that little advantage no matter what you do to him. And then 2-7s and 2-8. So, I mean, overall, it's even-ish.
The gold now being only about 100 in favor of Team Random 5. On her being 2 shot down to half health and mid as the best returns to lane.
Oh, yeah.
Rotating around, quickly grabbing his buffs. He
wasted
loves to do it.
a lot of mana there, though. 50%, you know what I mean? Definitely burned through a lot of mana there.
Aggressive wards from Team Random 5, giving them the perfect vision on this mid. Thor looking to really gank, and best not in any way, shape, or form aware of this, so they need to get some vision up here. Everyone missing, so I do think we will start to see Curse rotating in the first forms of
Shadow Q is rotating over, which will kind of push Thor back here, so they're going to disengage off this. Ymir and Poseidon looking to get that red buff, but you also have Guan Yu kind of coming through, going to drop a ward there. A really good vision for them. They need that. Whirlpool in the middle is going to catch the best a little bit, doing a little bit of damage, but Ymir over here is doing work onto Guan Yu. He's going to dash out of that ult. Perfect timing. Good on him. Going to probably negate about 500 damage you would have taken there for sure, if not close to.
Hercules now getting caught in the jungle by this Thor. Thor going to start chasing him. They want to try and pick up a kill off of this. They will let him back into lane, though. Unable to catch that.
If you're trying to use Windows 8 and you double click on it, it comes up with like a bar in the middle of the screen. There's a link you have to hit like underneath it, like show more. And you can authorize, say, hey, I want to open this up anyway. At least that's the problem I had when I used Windows 8, and there was like random things it wouldn't let me do. But we're, you know, we're kind of seeing just that kind of rinse and repeat right now, reset of the lanes, kind of things being done, wards being placed now, defensive ward in front of red onto the Team Random 5 side. You know, so we definitely, it's time to get that vision up because they be roaming.
One thing we could look at renaming them is Team Roaming 5. We could put it out there for them, as they are no longer
Roaming 5, yeah.
As they are no longer a random team of 5.
We're all going to come up and going to block off that Tower of Assault by Guan Yu. So you know you have her back in the lane, just kind of doing work. I think I said on her wrong, which makes me sad. I'm not going to lie. I died a little bit inside right there.
I forgive you. It's okay. At least you didn't call him Artemis.
Artemis. That's true, Deez. You need to have like a nice big link for Smite Fire on it.
I would agree. Thor rotating over, looking to possibly get a gank and actually start roaming around a lot more than he already has been. Although, interestingly enough, he didn't take that blue buff. He didn't take a kill. He didn't really capitalize on that, so he lost a bit of EXP with that roam. In mid, it looks like the fight is going down, and we do see Poseidon being picked off once again.
Tried to drop that sprint, but come on. When you got Hero there, all you got to do is just use a 2. I mean a 1, and just blast you in the face. We are seeing more wards being picked up, and 3-3, even game, 10 minutes, 20 seconds. I mean, what are you thinking for Gold Fury? Are you thinking a 16, 17 minute, or are you thinking something crazy?
I'm not thinking anything crazy. I'm thinking actually, if anything, closer to 18, 19 for
I'm
this
thinking that
game.
too. The item wise, we're just not really seeing it yet. We're gonna have two Team Random 5 pushing this middle onto the best spin to win. Gonna come out Aegis as well, gonna negate some of the damage he's trying to get around, kiting around. Thor's gonna leave that, as well as the Hades ult, catching Hero, but he's gonna use his beads. They're gonna get him out, and Thor is up in the air. Is he gonna go down? I don't think so, because Apollo as well is just spinning around. Gonna come down onto Hades and to Ymir. The wall is going to come up. Guan Yu coming in, but they're gonna back off this fight and reset. So, just a little bit of poking here and there. Hero was definitely closer to death than he should have been, and Thor, using his one to get out of there at just the right time. I wish there was a little bit more synergy with that Hades ult. I felt like it was just right at the end. They were like, oh, let's just use this now.
Might have been on cooldown. They didn't want to miss the kill. So I'm sorry, everyone. My mouse now being stuck. I'm unable to fully rotate and tilt my camera. So
What you got to do to get rid of that is hold shift and space and hit the isometric view, and then right when you go from isometric view to off, let go of shift and space. Like a little bit. Oh, see, damn, it did it to me now.
ah ha ha. Well played, good sir. I will be reporting that one this.
Man, it happened to me for like 3 weeks in a row. I've been telling you about it.
I understand now. Now I can actually like get the reports in for it.
Okay, cool. It's annoying as all heck. It's just annoying as all heck. So we're just kind of seeing the lanes reset here. War coming out from Ymir in front of that Fire Giant. As well, they have that one right in front of Gold Fury. So they're sitting kind of pretty right now with that vision. I'm liking what they're doing. Really giving Curse a run for their money right now. I'm enjoying it. Thank God I'm not the cameraman sometimes, because you guys would be like, stop moving, decoy. Seriously. Because I just go all around this map. Just point and click, point and click.
So we do have Odin and Hercules roaming through this jungle, getting picked up by the Team Random 5 ward. Thankfully for them, they are not there. So much for the little lonesome roam.
Guan Yu pretty low, trying to chase down this Thor, who's very low as well. Ymir's going to block and just get him out of there. Guan Yu is going to have to go back up beside and looking off into the wings, seeing if anything can happen. But Hero coming back in the lane, going to pop his together, getting a little bit of that speed to get back. So, really solid, really close in the Thor. I mean, super duper close. Pro play by Ymir to block any auto attack that Apollo was going to give him.
Yeah, definitely an effective body block. Not something you see very frequently, even in competitive level play. To line that body block up, even with the juking of those shots. Ymir will freeze and drop the ice shards onto Apollo. Apollo shaking up the damage like it was next to nothing. And we will see Ymir and Hades backing up a little bit. Don't want to engage the tower too much.
Oh yeah, especially with Guan coming in the lane full health now. Ymir's still only sitting at about 60-70%, so definitely got to be a little careful. The wall is going to go up. Try to get Apollo. They're looking for him, trying to see if they get a freeze. They can, and the shards are going to come out as well. The DPS Calib Assault, and as well the Ymir is going to use the moose to get out of that, so it's not going to catch you in. And the heal from Guan is going to kick back a little bit of health to that Apollo, so they're going to be able to stay in lane a little bit longer. Poseidon and Honor taking care of business over here by the red as Odin comes into that middle lane to push up on these creeps. I'm waiting for Bubble Boy Odin. I know Shadow Q, you're going to do it. It just takes a few more items.
Prod for the horrible item of horribleness. And I say that name very specifically. It is pretty horrible. The one thing I do love, as Hebo uses his spout with the Hebrew skin, he yells wipeout as the creeps go flying like the wave just destroyed them. Lane's starting to reset as we near this almost 15-minute mark. 3-3, very tied up game. Curse just out farming them by about 1k now. So
yeah.
they are definitely taking these buffs and using them to their advantage, taking advantage of the time that they have had alone in lane.
Oh yeah, well, Shing mastermind at at jungling. So
yeah,
I mean, if any team is going to have a really strong jungling, it's going to be Snipe. At the end of the day, and they're just proving that. Kind of, you got Guan Yu putting a nice offensive ward there, and oh, Snipe, Curse, wow,
swing and a miss.
Swinging a hardcore miss. Where was I?
So we
I'd
do
like to
see
apologize
Curse
to all the people as well.
starting this Gold Fury here at the 15-minute mark. They tried something a little wacky.
Where was I right there? That was last game.
That was
an idiot move.
Curse
I feel
will
like an
reset this, and I'm going to go ahead and slow this down for us as we get deep into this fight. Girdle coming out, only catching the tanks and Poseidon. Boulder from the Hercules. He will use his driving strike to shove that Ymir. He will get caught into the Odin ult as Honor's Desert Fury comes out. Hebo using his water cannon will secure the kill. Water spout to pick up the kill onto the next one. And will he be able to secure the kill? We will see Hercules picking up the last shot. And Apollo using the moves, trying to catch up to this Hades. Will go ahead and back off. They decided they're going to let him live as they turn on to this Ymir. They want to secure that kill. And we will see KO, the Apollo, finally picking up some nice kills in that fight. Picking up that first kill. Best picking up a kill. And Hercules picking up one, too. So they needed to take that one home. 3 kills, almost 4. 2 of the crew from Team Random 5 now backing out, getting back into this game. And Curse will go ahead, get started on this Gold Fury as Hades comes over to contest it.
I don't even want to talk. That's how stupid I feel.
It's okay. I can forgive you if your wife makes me cookies.
She will make you cookies.
Done. I forgive you.
See, the thing is, I usually have the blue team, red team, but I changed it for the first game. And I never changed it back. Just say blue
I
or red.
see. Yeah.
So I just, you know what I mean? I glanced up and... Mistakes are human, 'tis true. 'Tis true.
Hang on, wait, you're human?
I'm trying to fix that, though. Thinking about getting robotic legs. It's a risky operation, but...
I heard they're reasonably priced these days.
They probably are. So, you know, it's 7-3 now in favor of Curse. We're looking at a little bit of a considerate gold lead now for 17 minutes in to the game. 7-3, like I said, I mean, 4-1 and 2 Hebrew doing work. The best, you know, just coming back, said, hey, I'll sub last week and now I play hardcore.
Coming back with
Maybe.
his favorite god, something we haven't really seen in a long time for the competitive scene. Ymir will miss his freezes. Guan Yu Talu Assault starts to debuff his protection. He's going to start with the Tactician's advantage, land 2 shots onto it, silence him. Will use his dash, heal up, as Ymir locks in for his ultimate. Will not be able to secure a kill with that ultimate, though, as Guan Yu aegis it. Hercules going in to secure the kill onto the Ymir. Ymir will fall to Hercules, as Guan Yu starts his dash, trying to get some extra damage off there. Odin locking down that ring of spears. And we do see Hercules picking up a double kill. Talu Assault from the Guan Yu, and we will see Guan Yu secure the kill onto the Hades. Ebo using his crushing waters with the hand cannon, and Apollo's moves will pick up that kill. That is 4 kills now. Was it 5? That was in fact 5. That was the deicide coming out from Curse just now. They're going to go ahead and start moving on this middle tower as Guan Yu pushes the right tower. They're going to try and take as many of these as possible. That's rotating into the jungle, grabbing that speed buff. This is where the difference falls, I would say, is the team fighting capability. Curse being just more experienced. These guys have been practicing this at like this far into the game a lot longer. Team Random 5 had a very, very strong early game. However, I think that their team fight comp lacks in comparison to Curse. That Ring of Spears from the Odin mixed with the Hercules Boulder, the Apollo Dash. I mean, everything just bowled so well together.
Oh, yeah. Going to do a little counter warding as well in front of this Fire Giant. 12-3 now in favor of Curse. I mean, you know, I really liked what we saw from Team Random 5 in the beginning there. I mean, it was strong. They had really good synergy in the beginning. I just think some mistakes were made. And that, you know, Gold Fury. And then up by the mana buff over there on Team Random 5. That was just really 2 big team fights that...
Ymir initiated that fight with the Hebo, and he didn't have enough of his team with him. He had maybe an Anher who was in right lane contesting the Apollo, and that was really the only support he had there. So he got a little out of position trying to get a counter ward up and that he couldn't finish.
I did have cupcakes this week, as they were delicious, and I may have one or two more, so we may be enjoying a cupcake at Into the Fountain later on tonight.
It's mine. Email it to me.
I never mail cupcakes. Never. It's crazy. I did send you a picture of my breakfast sandwich though this morning.
Yeah, that looked delicious. I'm a little jelly, bro.
I figured, you know, why not? Why not show them the love?
Looked delicious. I shared mine with you as we got ready for the cast this morning.
And welcome everyone. Thank you so much for hanging out with us today. Surprise, Lucky Q isn't playing.
It's been quite some time since I've seen Lucky Q playing. I think I've seen them play in maybe one tournament. They're just going to actually let their mid-tower taking some damage as they start this fight with Team Random 5. I'm going to slow this down for us as they initiate this fight. Apollo, using his ultimate, will land just to get near his team, unable to actually engage this fight.
They did a little bit of work onto Honor, but they're going to be able to quickly get out of that. Water Slick from Poseidon kind of zoned Apollo out too from kind of initiating the fight. And you can see all the members of Curse starting to rotate over to this Fire Giant. I think they're looking to pick a fight basically. You know, they're going to drop that really offensive ward there right by the XP fairies, and it's going to let them know when they're starting to come. As you can see, they're falling right for it. You know what I mean? Like basically they're just going down into the line as they want. You can see Hebro coming up, going to drop his 2. Ult coming up, but it did miss. It's going to get a little hurt by that water slug there. Hades going to come out as well. Going to use his silence and fear onto Hebro. And the ult coming up, and he's going to get dropped really quickly now. Hercules Bolt doing some work in that rage cage. And Kraken gets him off. Thor coming down, going to hit, what was it, Guan Yu there? And it looks like Ymir is going to fall to Hercules. And you can see Poseidon on her, kind of backing off of this fight, as Apollo will pick up the kill onto Thor as well. Poseidon not in a good way here. Odin gets stunned by the impale from on her, trying to back off. The jump is going to come out, and it's going to miss. It looks like they might have to reset this and go pick up that Fire Giant. I think that's probably their best bet instead of chasing.
At this point, I would say that is a safe bet, but with how many of them are low health and how many of Team Random 5 are up, it's probably a safer move for them to all recall and try again. With 3 of Team Random 5 being dead for a little while now, they will have some overhead with this one.
What's up, Loud Easy? How can I make your day better? How can I make your day better, sir?
We will see Curse rotating over, getting ready to try taking this Fire Giant. They're going to go ahead and get it started. Hercules being the one tanking it, using his 3 to its fullest, trying to get that massive heal out. And Hebo being the one to zone them out. We will see Poseidon dropping a Whirlpool onto him, really doing a decent amount of damage with it. And we will see the spout coming out from Hebo as we see Curse finishing up this Fire Giant. On her taking a big blast from that water cannon. Very risky that he took that much damage. Odin and Hercules trying to finish off, and they will hog this Fire Giant to secure it. Hades blinking in. Actually, yes, we did in fact see Hades getting picked up there as he missed his hog to secure that one.
Oh yeah, I mean, you know, there's that level difference now. Hebro is 5 levels above everyone, you know, actually 8 levels above, you know, Ymir. So that's a huge difference for 23 minutes into the match. That's quite a bit of damage coming out. We're gonna start pushing up onto this middle Phoenix. We're gonna have Hades back up in 23 seconds. Ymir Maul is gonna kind of keep them away just for a little bit. They start auto attack. Whirlpool is looking his zone. Ymir is gonna be able to freeze, and Hercules gonna throw that boulder into the rage cage. But it looks like, oh, Poseidon did Aegis that really good time. A rage cage will fall, and we'll start to move away from this. Kraken's gonna come out as Guan Yu is into his ult, silence, and the stun onto Poseidon, and the dash will be enough to secure that kill. So Mace of the Fates picking up that Poseidon there. Ymir going to put a wall in between him and the Hercules and Hebro. I mean, Guan Yu and Hebro. Kind of back off from this a little bit. That middle Phoenix did drop, and you know, that's 17-3, and we're just seeing a powerful Curse, you know, mid-game, end-game right now.
Definitely nice to see their new team doing as well as they used to. They've had a very strong game, all in all. They did a great job keeping up at the start and coming back from that small drop that they had in their match.
Bring me to full speed. Too slow.
No, never. I should slow us down more. The slowest tower fall in history.
Ever.
Gonna get us back up to this one-time speed, though,
It's a
as we see
baseball.
Ymir getting popped up by the water spout. Hercules will miss his pull, though, with the Earthbreaker, and it was a very effective wall from Ymir to catch himself from getting pulled by that. Hades' ultimate will do a lot of damage to the Odin, and we will see Apollo picking off the Hades like it was nothing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, just got melted. I mean, there's just such a level difference there. He's level 13 against a very powerful, 20 Apollo. That's a lot of damage coming out from that boy right there. So now with the right Phoenix, middle Phoenix, and, just that tier 2 tower and that Phoenix on the left-hand side just remaining, it's really not looking good for Team Random 5s.
They had a very strong start. The Thor's roaming was devastating to Hebo early game, but they just didn't capitalize off the Thor roaming enough. He lost a lot of EXP as he tried to pick up some extra kills in this match. They're going to go ahead and start recalling out. Gold Fury has respawned, so they are probably going to be able to grab that. They are instead going to decide, however, rather than recalling, they're going to go ahead and start pushing, take advantage of Fire Giant while they have it. They're probably going to try and finish this match here in a second.
I don't know. I almost would think Gold Fury would be a better, just where they are, you know what I mean? Like, it's not like they have to rush it. He's going to put a wall up in front of Apollo there. It's going to get a freeze onto 3 members of Curse Crack is going to come out doing Evo's going to pick up the kill onto Ymir. Honor's going to pick up the kill onto Odin there. And Poseidon dropping to Guan Yu. And, 730 crit damage from Hebro coming onto Thor. Going to drop him like a bug, basically. Left Phoenix starting to take damage for sure. And it's going to drop right now. So, that at least 2 members of Team Random 5 up, both Hades and Honor, and 4 members of Curse starting to come into this Phoenix. They have Fire Minions as well starting to come in, so it's going to be a matter of just really how long. Honor going to drop, he's going to drop his Aegis, but it's not going to be the same as Manito. Apollo's going to pick up the kill on that, and the Minotaur will fall, making that Curse the victors 22-4.
Very, very exciting match. They did a really strong job this game of just really keeping up the comeback plays. They were down at one point, but Team Random 5 could not capitalize on that lead as the roaming from Thor really started to hurt them as he wasn't picking up kills constantly. Great game, although I'm excited to see Team Random 5 coming back. I think they've got a bit to learn, but I think they could do well.
I agree.
Taking a look at some of the player damage, Hebo, 20k player damage, almost on the nose, 20,022 damage. Apollo, only 13k, but still just as many kills as the Hebo. Trying to play some Zeus style there with his last shotting. But the interesting thing is that even with all these guys totaled up, it still comes in right around 50k player damage, which is not that much when you think about it. I mean, I've seen games where people will do a full 100k player damage.
But it wasn't our normal, say 40-minute, you know what I mean? Like,
This is true. That was a 32-minute match. That was a solid
and the
match.
levels on Team Random 5 didn't get that high to really take that amount of damage, you know what I mean?
Ymir had a pretty tough game, I would say. He finished out at level 12.
So Root taking out Mobility 15-0.
Wow, it is the day of quick matches, pub stomps, it's seeming like for a couple of these games. Team Random 5 being the best game that I've seen so far today. They really gave the enemies as much trouble as possible. But Curse got their head in the game at the start of the day, and I think that's where it really helped them out.
So, we are going to see Curse versus Snipe. Snipe Gaming did take out the Randy Scrubs. And we are waiting for Serious Gamers versus a Attack Fire Giant. Attack Fire Giant! And they will be going against Root Gaming, so...
Now, Attack Fire Giant new this week, correct me if I'm wrong.
I don't remember seeing them, but I'm not 100% sure. Their name does kind of sound familiar to me.
I feel like I might have heard them once before, but off the top of my head, I can't think of where we've seen them. So it is definitely a defend the Fire Giant.
Defend Fire Giant.
So the
Oh,
question that it comes down to, everyone, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, as I switch us back over to this beautiful, beautiful view, is do we want to watch